What's up, guys? I'm Nell.
And I'm KJ.
And we're the hosts of Millennial Talk.
Alright, guys, so today's topic is social media and relationships.
Yes. So I guess we live in a world now where social media is a thing. Like back in the day, like social media wasn't a thing, so like you didn't have to consider that when like dating or being in a relationship or being married, all that kind of stuff. But now social media is such a crucial or such a big part of like our personal lives individually that when you get with somebody else, it's like you're taking pictures with them and like posting them, and it's like, do you post or do you not post? Like, what should you do?
Well,
or what do you do? Maybe I should say that.
I'm not the typical millennial. That's what I will say.
Okay.
I'm going to speak more on that in a minute. But I will say a lot of people in our generation, they feel like it's a part of like their job and a part of their relationship to post. And I know like some people in relationships, they're like, how come I don't have pictures on your Instagram? Or how come you don't post me on your Facebook? How come I'm not your profile picture? And it's just like, people actually get mad that their significant other isn't on like, if they're not on like their profiles. And I think that's kind of crazy. And it's probably why, I want to say this is the reason why I've been single. Or why I'm single right now. Because I haven't been single. But the reason why I'm single right now.
What?
But the reason
we'll come back to that later, but okay.
Alright, I said, okay. The reason why I'm single right now, but it's not the complete reason, but it's just, I don't like to display my relationships on social media. And in the past, when I was in relationships, I didn't display them on social media. And it's mainly because I think your relationships are like such a personal thing to where like, yeah, it's nice to post a picture every now and then, but it kind of gets to a point to where people feel like they have the right to know what you're doing, where you're at, when you're doing it, and I don't think people have that right. And I don't like to give people or make people think that they have that right with me and my relationships. So if I post somebody, like when I was in a relationship my junior year, I would post on Snapchat, but people was never sure if like the people I was posting on my Snapchat was like the people that I'm with or if they're just my friends. And I was happy about that because at that point I'm just leaving them assuming. There's like, okay, maybe he's in a relationship, maybe he's not. And I love that because that's all they can do, that's all they can say about it. But once you start posting on social media, you kind of give like people a platform to comment and to give recommendations on your relationship, and you give them like there's so much power over your relationship, and it's so bad. They're like, I saw you. Did you know that KJ was liking this girl's picture? Did you know that so and so and so and so and so? Like it's so messy and so horrible to where it's just like, I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
It's interesting that you said that you put it on Snapchat because that leaves them guessing, that kind of thing. Because that reminded me of what we did before this show came out.
Oh, yeah.
How we were posting, like, us holding hands and stuff like that. And we were getting, like, text messages and DMs and stuff like, oh, my gosh, like, are y'all together? Is that your boyfriend? Is that your girlfriend? Da-da-da.
No.
And it's like, no. But the fact that people, like, just from little simple pictures that could mean anything, people started, like, making assumptions and trying to think that they try to think that they know your life better than you know your life. And you're like, whoa.
You know what I think is even more funny is, like, I remember in the picture I posted in my Snapchat of you, to where like the picture covered your face and all you saw was your hair, and people had to like go to your Instagram, go to your Snapchat to figure out I've seen my hair before, like, and they're like, oh my god, you're dating Mel? And I'm like, wow, you really did some research just to ask me that one question just to be told no. So like, I don't know, that's exactly why like I don't like it, and it's just like, what benefit does it do for them to know?
Oh my gosh, I say that to my mother all the time because she be wanting to know stuff all the time, like, where you going, who you going, and it's like, what difference does it make, especially when you don't know the person? Like, if I tell you that I'm going out with Kelly, if I tell you I'm going out with Bob, like, what difference does it make when you don't know either one of them? Like, how does that benefit your life to know who I'm dating or when we're going where, whatever? Like, who cares?
I think it's just to like be in the know. They just want to know stuff. Like, that's how, I don't even want to say this generation, that's just how the
how people are.
Yeah. Like, they just want to know. there's no actual reason behind it. They want to know, why'd you get your hair braided instead of like getting your hair straightened? Mm-hmm. It's just like, I just want to know because I'm nosy and I just need to know your business. And why?
I think also some people feel like it's privileged information. So like when you know something
that
about,
other people don't.
Yeah, it's like you feel like you're special. Like, oh, they like me, they told me this, and like y'all don't know, which means y'all not as special as I am or whatever.
Which I think is crazy.
I think that's funny.
I think it's crazy because I think about like you're back in kindergarten. And it's just like, ooh, my clip is on green and yours is on yellow. Like, and I feel like it starts there and then it goes up from like, oh, she's told me a secret and I can't tell you. It's just like, if it's that much of a secret, why'd you tell me that she has a secret to tell? And it's just like, they want you to know, but they want you to know
that they know.
Yeah, and that you can't know.
Yeah.
And it's the same as you, like, when you get to adulthood, like, people still do it, just not, like, as plain as that. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, did you know? Oh, I guess, you don't know.
When I start to say something, they'll be like, never mind.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you that you don't know about that. Mm-hmm. It's just like, you knew I didn't know about that. And you knew that, like, I'm not supposed to know about that. You just wanted me to know that you knew. So people are annoying.
Very true. So I think that in terms of, like, relationships and dating, I know for me, I used to. So you were talking about the fact that, like, some people get mad that, like, they're not on their significant others, like social media, whatever. And I think that I can see it from both perspectives. Like, I think on the one hand, I feel like if the person's not willing to post you, then it's like maybe they're hiding you.
Yeah, I had this argument with someone. But keep going, I'm sorry.
No, go into it.
Okay, so they were saying, like, if you don't post, it will seem like you're hiding something, or you're hiding them, that you're ashamed to be with them. And I'm like,
or like you just want to look like you're single so that whatever DMs you've been getting will still keep coming in. But when people know that you have a girlfriend, then, you know, the DMs stop, the attention stops, all that kind of stuff.
And my thing is, what I said to this person was, if you know that they genuinely and truly love you and they really want to be with you, and you have no signs to where, like, they don't want to, like, be with you. And sometimes there aren't signs. Sometimes they're real slick with it. But, like, if you don't have any actual signs, and that's just not something that they do, I don't think it should be an issue, because I think the connection between two people should be stronger than a connection between you two and a platform, a social media platform. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. They equivalent their relationships with social media. Like, if we're not on social media, it didn't happen. It doesn't mean anything. And it's like they need receipts saying, like, we posted a picture on January 10th, 2013, because that's when we first started dating. Our last picture was this date because that's when we stopped dating. And it's just like, I don't want to give people that much information. Like, if I'm dating someone right now, no one would know. And if I end the relationship next week, no one would know. And it's like, I don't like to give people those different social cues where it's just like, they haven't posted in 3 weeks. Are they broken up? And it's just like, I know, like, I have friends who have done that. They've been going through people's Instagrams like, oh my God, they haven't posted in a couple of weeks. Like,
social media has become a way, like, you used to have to, like, background check people or, like, really try to research them, but, like, now social media makes it so easy. So I was filling out this application last week, and I had some of the questions on the application were about other people. So I had to answer questions about other people, like where they live and what they do for a living and stuff like that. Things that I didn't know. Yeah. And what did I do? I went straight on to Facebook, found out people's addresses.
Yeah, you can find so much.
Found out where they work, where they used to work, where they went to school, what year they graduated. Like, there was so much information that I should not have been able to find. Yeah. That was just so easily accessible on Facebook that it was sad.
And that's where it all comes into where, like, people say you gotta watch what you post and watch what you put on there, because even though you are doing that research for, like, a work reason or something like that, it could be a creep doing that same
that's what
research.
I'm saying. Like, imagine if, because there were people's addresses that I found, and then I texted them and I was like, do you live at this address? Like, I was like, I know this is a weird question, but, like, do you live here? Or, like, did you used to work here? And they were like, oh, that's not a weird question at all. Coming from me, it may not be weird, but, like, imagine how many other people can know your address.
And, like, just not really taking this off track, but, like, say someone slides in your DMs and you deny them, and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna come see you in person. It's just like, That's scary. It was like, oh, can I get your number? No. I was like, okay, well, I'll get your number off your
I'll get your address.
Right. So it's scary. So it's like, people need to be very careful with what they put on Facebook. Not just what they say,
right,
but like the
amount
information.
of information. Yeah.
They need to be very, very careful.
Yes. That's a whole side note, but like, yes, please be careful what you're putting out there because everybody can see that stuff. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to find out things like that. But so back to relationships and social media. So on the one hand, I think that there's an argument where it's like, it's not so much that if we didn't post it on social media, then it didn't happen. But it's like, I guess I'm looking at it from a girl's perspective. And guys probably, some guys probably feel this way.
Some guys who were like upset that they didn't post it.
Because it's like, I think, like I said, I can only speak from like the female perspective, and this isn't all girls because I can also speak from the other perspective as well.
Yeah.
But it's like, I want people to know that we're in a relationship because I don't want them to think that they can like try to slide in your DMs or try to come, talk to you or whatever, because it's like, no, like he's taken. And if you're not posting me, then people don't know that you're taken and people are going to try you. I don't even want people to try you. I want people to know that you on lock and that you mine and that you're not out there for them.
But people will try you anyway.
Yes, that is very true. But those are the ones that like you the word I can't say because I don't want to get demonetized. But like those are the ones, like the ones that'll still try it. Like those are the ones. And I feel like there are guys like, oh my gosh, like my ex was like this, where when girls, you can tell when a girl is like being flirtatious versus when she's just being nice.
Yeah, just
and guys, I don't know if they are really just dumb or if they just act like they're dumb, but they'll be like, oh, like really, like she was doing that, and I'm like, yes, like you didn't see that, da da da. So it's like, if you're not posting me, then when a girl does something like that, you could argue like, oh no, she was just being nice, whatever. But if I'm on your stuff and she know that we together and she's still doing this, then I know what she trying to do. You know what I mean?
True, but I also think like at that point, it's up to the guy. To where like, if I'm in a relationship and a girl slides in my DMs, and especially since I don't post my relationship, that's up to me to say, hey, I'm in a relationship, I'm not interested. And she may be hurt because she was like, you're not in a relationship. She may feel like I'm lying, but I know my truth, and I know that like I'm in a relationship and I'm loyal to this person. And I think what a lot of relationships are missing out on is this whole trust aspect.
Oh yeah.
They don't trust
because we don't have to, because we can find out the truth through by a touch of a finger.
Yeah, and
there's no reason for trust anymore.
Yeah, but like that's horrible.
Yeah, that is the world that we've created via social media.
Yeah, and I don't know. I can't vibe with that. Not at all. I can't vibe with it at all.
So I think the other perspective, like I said, I see both sides because I've been on the side where it's like, oh, like why you not posting me? Like you don't want people to know? Like, oh, you want people to think you're single? Like you trying to be out there? Da da da. But I think that was maybe me like years ago, and now I'm kind of more in a place where like I don't want to be posted. Like I don't care I would prefer if you didn't post me on your stuff, but like if you do, like I'm not gonna be mad at you. But don't be mad at me when I don't post you because I don't want people to know. I don't want people to feel like they know me if they don't really know me.
Yeah, I think it has to do with a lot with maturity, because like a lot of when you're younger, in this day and age, in our generation, we were exposed to so much of like cheating, and we see it on TV, and we experience it in real life where people actually got cheated on. So it makes us very insecure and very like guarded, to where when we get into a relationship, we still have that guard up and we're still insecure, to where it may lead a lot of relationships to ending. And I think I've noticed that from like an early age. Now, when I say early age, I mean like an early dating age, to where like a lot of us are insecure. And I was always okay with like my exes not posting me. I was always okay with it, and they would do it anyway. But like I wouldn't do it often. Like I post a couple pictures every now and then. To me, I knew that I'm in a relationship with them, but to the general public, they think I'm just posting a picture with another one of my friends. And I think, I don't know, it kind of gets to a point to where it's just like, if you're in a relationship and they want you to post just so people can see, and no other reason, I don't think that's healthy.
Oh yeah, no.
Because you're doing it for social media. You just want people to see, hey, look at me, I'm in a relationship, I'm happy. In reality, we all know you're not happy, because I have a couple of friends, and you know when I was saying like the whole where people were like, oh, they haven't posted in 3 weeks. They're like maybe they have broken up. And I know the real story. And the story could be one of three things. It could be like maybe they did actually break up, or they're mad at each other right now, or they're both on vacation, and they're both on vacation separately.
So they can't post together.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, like, or they both went home, because I've experienced friendships to where like one lives in Montana and the other one might live in Maine, and they can't exactly see each other over the summer because they left for school for the school year, so they can't really to post pictures with one another. So it's just like people try so hard to
piece stuff together.
Yeah, and social media just needs to stop.
Social media altogether just needs to stop. Is that what you're saying?
Just stop.
I hate you.
Except for Black Twitter. I love Black Twitter. Black Twitter makes my life.
Oh
but
my
like
gosh.
social media and relationships, I just don't think they don't work.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that at the age that I'm at now, I'm not really in a place where I want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to know if I'm dating or who I'm dating, because it's not their business. And I feel like you said before, when you put that out there, they then form an opinion. Oh, they're cute together, or why are they together? And it's like, don't worry about what I'm doing. It's not, you're not the one in the relationship. It's not your business. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't concern you. Mind yours, and I'll mind mine. Exactly. Like, I remember, this was, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago, there's this guy that I was dating, and I would always either do videos or like take pictures or whatever of him from the back, like while he might be like cooking me dinner or something, whatever. But you would never get to see his face, because I didn't want people to know who he was. Yeah, who he was, and not because I was like ashamed of him, because oh my gosh, he was absolutely gorgeous. Like, I would love to post his picture, like he's so beautiful. But it's like I didn't want people to know, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like it wasn't like knowing that I was hanging out with someone, regardless of whether we were dating or whatever, like that was enough. That's all you need to know.
I don't know. Like, I mean, like, I understand that. I mean, I definitely agree with that 100%. I just don't understand people who like want people to know.
I don't know. Maybe we should talk to one of those people.
I've never been like that, but I know so many people who are like that. Like,
really? We should bring them on the show.
We should, because they're very reliant on like their relationships and social media. Like, if those two aren't going hand in hand, they can't be together.
Interesting. But that also makes me think, so right now there are a lot of people who are getting married that we went to school with and stuff like that. And they're posting, like, okay, there's one person that just popped into my head who had been off of social media for a long time. Like, they had been off of social media for so long that I forgot that I even followed them on Instagram. So then randomly one day they started, like, posting stuff about their wedding, which was, like, in, that month. And I'm like, wow, like, one, I didn't even know that I knew that they were dating someone, but I didn't know that they were getting married, that they had proposed, whatever. So they posted, like, the proposal pictures and all that kind of stuff, like, the month of the wedding. I love it. But then it was, like, that whole month, it was just picture.
Oh, it's, like, overwhelming.
Yeah, it was like, okay, you're getting married. We get it. Like, congratulations. Like, god dang. But, I mean, like, the video was beautiful. Like, everything was beautiful. Yeah. But it just seemed like you only got on Instagram after, like, 2 years of hiatus just to show off that you got married. And it's like, I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
But I guess my understanding of Instagram is like, I feel like that's the whole point of like a lot of these platforms is to show people something about you. And you want people to see your life. You want people to see like, hey, I'm getting married. Hey, about this. And it's just like, and then for your point, I guess it could be like, how come you would post that and not the rest of your relationship?
Yeah. Not even the rest of your relationship, the rest of your life. It's like you've been MIA for like 2 years, and then suddenly you come back for this month, and it's just nonstop you talking about your wedding and showing your wedding, videos and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, did you just want us to know about your wedding? Like I guess my question is, why do you now want us to know that you got married? Like, why are you so pressed for us to know now?
Good question.
Well, you didn't tell us about the engagement. You didn't tell us about anything leading up to a bachelorette party, bridal shower, whatever. Like, you didn't say anything, but now you want us to know about everything. And it's like, why should we even care now? Like, why? It's like, you posted it because you want us to care.
Yeah.
Why do you now want us to care when you've been gone for 2 years? You clearly didn't care about us for the last 2 years. Yeah. But now you want us to care about you.
You want us to know what's going on.
You want us to care. Like, you want us to be wondering and be like, ooh, and double tap. And it's like, but why now?
I don't know. I can't answer that. All I can say is, like, I know how I was saying how, like, I keep my relationships under wrap. I think the only time people will find out I'm in a relationship is probably when I'm sitting at the wedding invitations. And people will be like, y'all y'all married? I mean, y'all, what? When y'all get together? And then I pull out well, we've been together for 3 years. Mm. 2018. So they be trying to put 2 and 2 together, and I just love how and I want it to be my story to tell, and I think that's my big reasoning for wanting to keep things to myself, is because I think about it like, I'm not saying that I'm on the same level as like these celebrities, but I also understand why celebrities do it, because when they keep like their family life to themselves, it gives them a chance to talk about it. Because if they keep their family life in social media, all these different media outlets are going to be talking about it before they can. Yeah. And that's how it would be for like...
And they're going to be telling the side of the story from whoever it is that's telling it versus telling like what happened. Yeah,
and then like I kind of see it, I relate that back to like social media, to where like if I post on social media, they'll be like, oh yeah, they get married on this day, they met this time. It's just like, I don't like to tell people that. But like, people, they really want to know your information. They want to share it with everyone else before you can share it. And I think I'm just very hypocritical about that type of stuff. Like, I really want to share stuff with myself. I'm selfish, I guess you could say. I want to tell people that I'm having a kid. I want to tell people when I'm getting married. I want to tell people when we're going on vacation. I don't want it to come. I was like, oh yeah, I heard that from so and so. I'm like, oh, okay.
See, I don't mind not being the one that shares it, but I want it to be shared when I want it to be shared.
True.
So even if you're the one that tells somebody, I don't want you to tell anybody until I'm ready for people to know. And that's the issue that I have with like putting things out on social media, is that you put one thing out and then because they don't know, because they don't have the full picture, people don't like. People's brains are like a puzzle. When there's a piece of the puzzle missing, they have to find something to fill that void so that it makes sense to them.
Yeah.
So they might see one photo or one snap or one story or whatever.
They put all of them together.
Yeah, and they try to form their own story, and they make up their own narrative. And I don't like the idea of you putting out a narrative that's not true based on what little bit of information you've been given.
Exactly.
So it's like, if I can control when the information is being put out, then I can almost control the narrative.
Exactly.
So it's not so much like, oh, like, don't tell anybody because I want to be the one to tell them. You can tell them, but I want you to wait until I'm ready for people to know.
Because I know, but see, even then, it's just like, okay, you got to choose the right friends to tell. But it's just like, I know, like,
ooh, yes. Ooh.
I love my friends.
I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was thinking about that this morning.
Listen, I love my friends, but a lot of them can't hold no water, say their life. And when I say they can't hold no water, they can't keep no secrets. Like, to them, one thing I noticed about our college campus is if you told one person your secret, it could even be your best friend. They want to tell just their best friend, just that one person. But that friend going to want to tell another friend, because that's just one person they want to tell. And next thing you know, everybody knows, because everybody want to tell that one person. And that's why I'd rather just not tell that one person anything. I just rather keep it to myself, and that's to everybody at the same time.
See, my issue isn't even that, although that is very true. My issue with secrets isn't even that. It's not that I think that you're going to tell somebody and that person will tell somebody. I honestly believe that my friends wouldn't tell anybody. What?
I was going to say telephone.
Oh, no. I'm not afraid that, like, my friends are going to tell anybody. My fear is that it's gonna come out accidentally. Like, they're like, we're gonna, like, okay, let's say I told you something, or let's say you told me something about Naomi or something, and then like all three of us are sitting here one day, and I say something to Naomi.
She's like, how you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's what I'm afraid of.
She know I'm the one that knew
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what my fear is.
It's happened to me before, not with my relationship.
That's why there are some things that I'd be wanting to tell, but it's like I can't say anything because the last thing I need is for that to come out to the wrong person or to the, at the wrong time.
And then like it's happened to me before, and I remember looking at my friend like, it's like at that moment I knew, I was like, I can't tell you nothing ever again.
And the damage is done at that point.
Yeah, and when I was saying like when people tell that one friend, it goes to like the whole telephone game to where like you have one message and you tell one person, and even if you wanted that person to tell other people, that message is gonna get lost. So it's just very bad of what I do. But sometimes like when I'm out with certain people, I'll say certain things and I'll do certain things because I know they're going to tell certain people, and I let the message spread, and then when they get back to me, I just laugh. And I think what makes it so funny is because one, it's not true, and then two, it's just like I knew who I told, like that only message, and it got back to me, and they probably don't think that I know, and I'm just like hanging out with them. They already know that they don't know that I know. I'm just sitting here just like. Tell you nothing.
Been there, done that.
So it's just like I don't know.
But that's the problem. Like, okay, there's a friend. One of my sorority.
Ooh. Next.
Let's tell a different story. Because I already spoiled that one. Let's think of another story that relates to social media and relationships.
She lost now.
No, yeah, I can't tell that story now. Now y'all know who it's about.
I did not know.
Oh, you might. I don't know. Okay, so I have another friend who every time, and I wasn't really paying attention to this, but like my other friends were paying attention to this. Again, another situation where like people can really know a lot of stuff about you through social media. Like I didn't really care about this girl. Like she wasn't. I said she was my friend. She wasn't really a friend. She was just somebody that I knew that I had like been in common organizations or worked with or whatever. And, I had some friends or whatever that I'm still friends with, and they were, like, I guess paying attention to her, like, her Instagram and stuff like that, Facebook, whatever. And they were, like, every month or every couple of weeks or whatever, she has a new guy. And that then develops this narrative that, like, oh, like, you're loose and you're out there, yeah, like, you're a tramp and all this other kind of thing, yeah. That you out there, messing around with all these different people. And it's, like, or it could create the narrative, and I think this is more so what my friends have determined, is that there's something wrong with you to the point where you can't keep a man very long, which is also not a good reputation to have. Yeah. But it's like that whole thing is developed just based off of what they know from social media, not from actually talking to this girl or knowing anything about, not to say they don't know anything about her, but they don't know anything about her relationships. They're just basing this off of the pictures that they see in the videos, whatever. And they're right. Like, they went back and showed me, like, receipts and stuff where it's, like, every couple of weeks, every couple of months, whatever, it's a new guy that she's with. And it's like, wow. Like, and they be like, where should we find these guys? And I'm like, that's a good question. Like, how come all these guys don't know already? Like, if y'all know this reputation, how come they haven't seen this? Or do they just not care? Or, I don't know. But it's, like, one of those situations where it's, like, she's constantly posting her relationships on social media, and it's making it look, and it's like new guys, and it's like making people look at her differently and being like,
But what I hate most about that is that if people really want to know
ask.
Yes.
Yep.
Like, ask me. Like, it won't hurt me at all. If you really want to know, if it's something that everybody's talking about, and especially if you're my friend and you know me, ask me, come talk to me. And that's what I do with my friends, because I know, like, I heard a couple things about my friends, and I don't like to, go back and forth with people that's not my friend. So say, like, we're not friends right now, and I hear from you, like, oh, I heard Courtney, and, she'd been dating this guy, and so on and so forth. And then I'm just like, oh, for real? I'm going to stop it right there. I'm not going to ask any more information, because obviously you don't know the information because you heard it. So I'm going to call Courtney and be like, hey, they said that you dating somebody. What's good? You dating somebody?
That's what happened with the whole Netflix thing. People were sending me screenshots of that Netflix thing that you posted on Instagram. Remember you posted that picture on Instagram that said that you got like a Netflix show or something?
Oh, yeah.
People were asking me.
Yes.
They were like, oh my gosh, KJ, da-da-da. They were sending me screenshots. Yes. And I was at dinner. I was like, what is happening right now? And I got home, I called you, I was like, KJ, what is going on?
You know what I found was so crazy? I think under that picture, I got like 34 comments, and I got like 300 likes or 200 something likes on that photo. Only 2 people contacted me.
Wow.
Only 2.
Wow.
To ask me if it was real.
Ooh, I was one of them. Because everybody they were sending me screenshots, and like they were like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh my gosh, congratulations, tell them I'm so happy. Like, I'm like,
and like y'all have my Instagram, my Facebook, my phone number. Like, a lot of people know me at that doggone school, and they can contact me in any way. They got my email. Only 2 people asked me. Only 2 people asked me. Everybody else was asking everybody else around me, asking my friends, to where like my friend would have to come to me, like you were one of the people that came to me, asking my roommates, and I was just like, how come nobody asked me? And it was kind of one of those things where it's just like, was it like a pride thing? It was just like, I don't want to ask him and not be real and I look embarrassed.
Yeah, like, I think that might have been what it was, where it's like they don't want to ask you because maybe I
don't
think
want to seem like a creep or act like they care.
Not a creep, but like, okay, let's say, for example, let's say that you had gotten the Netflix show, whatever, and I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, is this real? And you might feel like, wow, like the fact that you thought it was fake just means that you don't have any faith in me or like something like that. So maybe that's why.
But, like,
I don't know.
would also understand it because like the post was like, our show's gonna be called The Roommates, and it airs on this day, and I tagged Netflix. Mm-hmm. That's all the post did, and then we took pictures in front of like in my basement, mm-hmm. and cause I got a pretty good camera, but like people saw like, oh my gosh, like this might be real because it looks like it could be an actual show. My thing is, just ask me. Like a lot of you people you call yourself my friend.
Yeah.
I said this to Matt. I said, a lot of people call themselves my friends. They're really just my associates. But I let them call themselves my friends so they can, feel better.
Whatever helps them sleep at night.
Yeah. But because a lot of people are not my friend because they can't tell me the first thing about me. They can't tell me how many siblings I have. They can't tell me what I want to do in life. Mm-hmm. So that's how I know they're not my friends. But they can go ahead and keep calling me their friend or whatever. But if they call me their friend, why can't you just call me mm-hmm. and ask me? Call me, Snapchat me, anything. Y'all don't hesitate asking me about my relationships.
True.
But when it came to that, y'all ghosting on my phone and like, I don't know who to ask. Ask me. 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 I'm in the picture.
I'm the one that posted it.
Yeah, so like, that kind of annoys me.
So I guess to end it with, like, to wrap it all up, don't post your relationship on social media because you feel like you have a point to prove. And I feel like you shouldn't post your relationship because you want people to, like, be jealous of you or envy you or, like, want what you have, whatever. Like, if you want to post, then post, but don't feel like you have to post for, like, a specific reason or to get attention. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Comments.
Because you want people to ask you, like, oh, where'd you find him? Like, that kind of thing.
Or because you want your ecstasy. Like,
yeah.
That's not a healthy relationship. Because, okay, I got a quick confession before we end this off. My freshman year, when I ended things with my ex, I was not, like, over it. Mm-hmm. So I would post on Snapchat a lot. And, like, a lot of my friends freshman year were just girls. And I told them all, and they all agreed to do it with me. But, like, I would post pictures on my Snapchat, and I found out she went to my friends back home and was asking, like, who is he dating? Is he dating this girl? Is he dating this girl? And it was such a great feeling to know
Don't do this.
Such a great feeling to know that, like she's still, like, hurt over there. Like, oh, my God, like, is he dating somebody else already? Like, is he talking to somebody else already? It's just like, maybe not. You will never know.
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
But like, I did that one time. I was 18.
Yes, that's 18. The immature thing to do.
Very
okay,
immature.
Don't do that.
But it made me so happy. It made me so happy.
But yeah, don't post because you feel like you have a point to prove. Don't post because you want people to like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like people put stuff out there because they want a reaction. Like, don't post it because you want to get a reaction out of people.
Do it for yourself.
Yeah, do it for yourself. Do it for them because, you're happy. That I guess, like, showing people that you're happy is okay, but don't do it because you want them to comment on your happiness, if that makes sense.
And I think it's also important to, like, if you are in a relationship and you do care to post, I think it's okay to post about your relationships in the aspect of thinking about, some people may want to stay updated with my life because I know, like, my friends back home, I don't get to talk to them every day. So they keep up with me through my social media. And, like, it really sucks through Instagram because I post, like, maybe once.
You probably post, like, 6 times a year.
Honestly. So it's like, they keep up with me more through Snapchat than anything else because I always post on Snapchat. Or maybe through text. But it's really just to see me, to see what I'm doing, see what I'm up to.
Make sure you're doing okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why I post because I know, like, my friends want to know what I'm doing and vice versa. I don't know what they're doing. So, like, I will typically go through Snapchat and find my friends from back home or find my friends I haven't seen in a while. And I'll go through their Instagrams, go through their Snapchats just so I can see what they're up to. I'm like, okay. I was like, hold on, you're not dating this person anymore? And it's like, that's not because, like, I want to be nosy. It's just because I want to know about my friends. So I think it's two different things that we got to differentiate between being nosy and wanting to stay updated with your friends and wanting to, just keep up with them. So when you see them, you don't feel like you have to do a bunch of catching up.
Yeah.
Because like you kind of already feel caught up. So
I think the rule of thumb would be that if you're going to post about your relationship, you should post with the mindset that no one's going to like it, no one's going to comment on it, and no one's going to see it. Yep. If you're still willing to post that picture knowing that no one's going to get on Instagram that day and see that picture's not going to get any double taps, the picture's not going to get any comments or anything, and you still want to post that picture, then post that picture because that means you're doing it for the right reasons.
Exactly.
But if you're posting it expecting for certain people or a certain person to see it, or you're wanting to get a certain, reaction or comments or likes, then you're probably not doing it for the right reasons, and you probably shouldn't be posting that picture.
Yeah. I think we get it from, like, the whole celebrity thing, because, like, you know how, like, when two celebrities are dating and they're on the same show together, they have to post it to promote the show and things like that.
Very true.
Except for y'all not promoting nothing. they're actually doing it for something to get some more money.
Right.
You're not posting, you're not getting extra money.
Right.
But, so, like she said, do it for the right reasons.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that we have both agreed that we wouldn't go out of our way to post pictures of our relationships, and we tend to keep that stuff private. I don't know, I just feel like privacy is so limited now.
It is.
That it's like whatever little bit you can keep to yourself or keep it. Yeah, keep within like your friend group or your family. Like you don't have to share everything with the entire world.
Hold on tight.
Yeah. Because you don't want that narrative to get spun the wrong way.
Shoe chains. All right, guys. Well, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Turn on post notifications so that you know when we post, which is every Sunday at 12. But we also post shorts during the week, so hit that post notification button, turn on that bell so that you know when we post our shorts.
Yep, and make sure that you comment down below about how you feel about relationships, social media, about people piecing things together through social media. Tell us how you feel. Give us your comments. Comment on what we had to say, our opinions. We really want to know.
Do you agree with us or not?
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.